people have been picking apart the Avengers Infinity War trailer and have noticed something strange about the Hulkbuster armor. This, coupled with a new image from the filming of that movie, gives us a very interesting theory about what will happen with Hulk and Dr. Banner. Let's talk about it. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. If you love comic book movies, subscribe to this channel. We do all sorts of coverage when it comes to those types of films. Oh, and shout out to Grimlock316 who got the nerd card question correct on my Venom movie. You definitely know your stuff when it comes to comic book movies, Grimlock, so shout out to you. There will be another nerd card question at the end of this video. So naturally, the internet has picked apart the Avengers Infinity War trailer literally frame by frame since its official release. Considering that this is officially the most watched trailer of all time, that's literally no surprise. On a side note, that also means that Marvel will make more money off of this trailer in ad revenue than Warner Brothers will make from Justice League. And yeah, that's all I'll say on that one. With all that uncovering for the new Avengers trailer, there are more than a few fan theories floating around the interwebs. The theory I want to talk about in this video pertains to a shot of Dr. Banner and all of the sequences with the Hulkbuster armor. First, let's look at this shot of the Hulkbuster armor in what seems like Wakanda. Notice that it's moving not like Tony Stark at all, but actually more like the Hulk would. Then, remember this shot from the trailer with Dr. Banner sort of tweaking a glove of the Hulkbuster armor while looking at Natasha Romanoff. Also notice that there's no shots of Tony Stark in any of the shots on Wakanda at all. I want to slightly change topics here for just a second, but it'll make sense why when the video ends. I want to remark about something Mark Ruffalo had said about a Hulk trilogy taking place in the Avengers films. He said Kevin Feige had come to him and wondered what he would do for a Hulk trilogy if they ever made one. Ruffalo came with a few ideas, and Kevin Feige apparently said, let's do that in Thor Ragnarok and then the next two Avengers. Effectively, that means a Hulk trilogy story is being told in Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, and then finally it will end in Avengers 4. In my coverage about that announcement, I talked about how I thought it would be very cool if they could adapt World War Hulk as the second part of that trilogy. But the problem with that is they've actually already had a Hulk fight the Avengers twice. I went on in that video to explain that Banner and the Hulk could separate, and that would be an interesting development for the characters and a sort of fresh take on Hulk fighting the Avengers. They wouldn't be able to calm him down or turn him back into Banner because he would be separated. It would just be Hulk. Insert this photograph, which comes from the set of Avengers Infinity War, and this was on Twitter, and apparently Marvel's totally okay with this being out there, but it implies a lot of crazy stuff. To me, this photograph feels like a scene implying that there's been a separation of Hulk and Dr. Banner. I read this as them attempting to put the two back together with a spell, because that kind of looks like what Wong is doing over there. I also think it's interesting the timing of this part in the movie. Because this is Wong and we don't see him in Wakanda, we can assume that this is in New York City and towards the beginning of the film if everything that we've seen in the trailer falls into the time that we think it will. So let's go back to the images of Wakanda and the Hulkbuster armor and Banner. There's a number of different things that could be going on here, and we assume that this is later in the movie. Number one, Banner could be separated from the Hulk and piloting a version of the Hulkbuster armor himself. He would probably be doing this because he's the most tech savvy, besides T'Challa, of all the Avengers over there. Maybe even has some instruction because he helped Tony Stark build it, so he could just be trying to do his part, even though he can no longer be Hulk because he's either separated or unable, so he could just be piloting it himself. Number two, Hulk and Banner could be separated and Hulk could be piloting the Hulkbuster armor for extra strength. I know this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but the Russian leak of the toy actually suggests that Hulk will be inside that armor. And the way it moves could suggest that is the case. Maybe they realize that as strong as Hulk is, he still needs some kind of power up to be fighting the Black Order and Thanos. I mean, hey, that does sound pretty cool. Number 3, Hulk and Banner could be together and yet know that they need extra power and are piloting the Hulkbuster armor together, maybe switching back and forth, or I don't know, just being Hulk with Banner being able to give him direction. I don't know, it could be really interesting, but that's pretty much all the things that I think could be happening. Now, my favorite theory of how this will all play out is that Thanos will retrieve the Mind Stone, and using it with conjunction with the Reality Stone, he will rip apart Hulk and Banner. He will then implant the idea that the Avengers are responsible for destroying Sakaar and that they don't like Hulk, which will sort of set him off and allow the events of World War Hulk to take place. But with a new interesting twist, as they won't be able to change Hulk back to Banner. Man, what are they gonna do when they gotta fight the strongest Avenger? This photograph will probably be an attempt to put the Hulk and Banner back together, and I'm not sure if it will work or not. Either way, I think Hulk will be sort of neutralized, and that Banner will kind of have to be on his own, either unable to transform or separated from the Hulk. Now, we do see Hulk at the end of the trailer, and there's a couple of explanations for why. I mean, basically Hulk and Banner could have been reunited by the end of the film. Hulk could be fighting with the Avengers even though he's separated from Banner. Perhaps Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange could break the spell put on him by Thanos. Hulk and Banner could have not separated at all, and some people have pointed out that the Hulkbuster armor could simply be a way to transport Hulk and Banner to Wakanda if that is where they need one of their big guns. Now, all of that is speculation, and it's only a short little trailer, but they did say that they were doing a Hulk trilogy and that it will be happening in the next 2 Avengers films. Having Hulk and Banner separate would be very interesting and important to them both as characters. I think for the development of their relationship, it would be interesting to see them separate but realize that they actually have to exist together. It's also pretty clear that Tony is not piloting the Hulkbuster armor, but the explanations for that are not clear at all. There's a lot of cool theories and speculation out there. I just happen to love the idea of Hulk and Banner separating. But what do you guys think? Do you think Hulk is inside that Hulkbuster armor? Does Banner need to use that armor to fight the Hulk himself? What other crazy shenanigans are going on? And what do you think about this photo? Are Hulk and Banner separating, or is this the hand of Thanos performing some kind of crazy spell? Who knows? I want to hear what you think. All right, let's check that nerd card really quickly. I want to know, what are the names of the Black Order that were introduced at D23 and then again at San Diego Comic-Con? It's these 3 figures right here. What are their names? Answer that question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!